Rice Force here to do another video. So I said I may do a video of what Jesus was born in modern time. So the topic with this video is what Jesus was a millennium generation. What if he was born in that generation? So we're gonna say, what if he was born between 1980 to 1995, which is pretty much the millennial generation. So a lot of us do wonder, because we read the Bible of Jesus, especially when we're like, some are like teenagers. You read the Bible, and we think, we're like, wait a minute, most of these Bible characters, they had different lives. They didn't have to go to high school or any of that. So it just had me thinking, what if Jesus actually was born in our generation? So in this, I like one of those I like to answer these scientific theories. It's like a hypothetical what else. I mean, it's never going to happen, but it makes you think. So we're going to say Jesus was born in that generation. And I'm pretty much open the Bible. So if that was the case, this whole New Testament, it wouldn't exist right now. So we're going to say the Old Testament, it still exists. Genesis all the way to Malachi, we're going to say it exists. So this hypothesis, we're going to say everybody has their Old Testament. So the New Testament don't exist, and it's, I want to call it parallel universe. So at some point, Jesus was going to be born. What if God said, okay, Jesus, you'll be born in 1984. We're going to say he's born around that time. So if Jesus was born around that time, of course he would have been born in Bethlehem, just like he was always supposed to be. People would have tried to kill him the same way. He would have hid, but eventually he would have grew up. He would have went to school just like any other kid. He would have went to elementary, junior high, high school. He would have had friends. Some kids wouldn't like him, of course, but that's pretty much how it is with everybody. He would have had friends turn their back on him. He probably would have had bullies. Now, would Jesus have gone to college? I think there's a 90% chance he would have gone to college, and maybe a 10% chance he probably wouldn't have. I mean, Jesus was pretty smart. He could have went to any college in the world. If he did go to college, he may have gone to college in Israel, or he probably would have went to college in America. So apparently America has the best college, so they say. They say Harvard's the best. I don't know. Maybe it is. Might be some truth to it. So maybe Jesus would have gone to America to go to college. He would have had friends in college too. Now, would Jesus have girlfriends? I don't believe Jesus would have had girlfriends, because his mission was different than ours, so he wouldn't have had girlfriends. That's what I believe. If you think differently, you're free to leave comments, but I don't believe Jesus would have had girlfriends. I don't believe he would have got married. But he would have had friends. He would have had male friends, female friends. Now, the kind of friends he hung out with, we know during the Old Testament, he did hang out with sinners. So it would have been the same way now. He would have hung out I believe he would have probably hung out with goths. He would have interact with them, trying to get them to. He would have probably made some of these goths. Some would probably became disciples, just like they did in the Old Testament. He may have gone to bars, not to get drunk, but spread the word, spread the Bible. So there would have been disciples. He would have made disciples. But of course he would have did that later. He wanted. I don't believe he would have did while he was in college. Because I believe Jesus, he wasn't meant to like spread the word into. I think he was like 30 when he started spreading the word. He may have spread it earlier. I don't know. There's no proof in the Bible if he did or not. But when in the Bible, he was about 30 when he started preaching the gospel. That's what I'm calling the gospel at least. So, after 4 years or however long Jesus was in college, he would have got a job. Now, what kind of job would Jesus have had? I'm thinking Jesus would have probably been a teacher. That's what I'm thinking. Seemed like kind of job he would have had. Maybe he would have been the businessman. I don't know. I kind of had a hard time picturing Jesus as a businessman, but it's possible he could have been. Maybe he would have had a construction business. So many jobs he could have easily had. He could have been a doctor, a psychologist. And I believe he would have did that job until he's like 30. And eventually he would have left his job and he would have devoted the rest of his life to spreading the word. Like I said, he would have had disciples. Now the next question, would Jesus have social media? We all know in the New Testament, there's no computers. They didn't have lights. So lights didn't really come around to, it only been like 130, 40 years since we had lights. So pretty much anything electricity wasn't around during Jesus' time. Even the Old Testament, Daniel did predict current technology. I went over that. But the real question is, would Jesus have social media like Facebook, MySpace, Instagram? The short answer, yes, I believe he would have had Facebook. I believe he would have had YouTube also. Now Jesus would have had ways to communicate to people all around the world while he was living on this earth. So he would have probably had disciples from Facebook or even YouTube. He would have had disciples. He would have had the 12 disciples. Just like he did back then. Now, the performing miracles, I think the way he performed miracles would have been the same, but even greater. He could have been like on Facebook. Somebody probably needs some healing. Let's say somebody they couldn't hear. They reached out to Jesus on Facebook. I believe Jesus could just actually type the words and they would have been healed. They would have been able to hear their ears. YouTube, he would have spread the word. Maybe in a live chat. We'll say it's used like in America in the live chat, and there was somebody in China, they needed healing. I believe Jesus would have helped them just from speaking on YouTube in the live chat. So yes, I agree that Jesus would have had social media. Now, of course, if Jesus was born in 84, he would have been like 33 or 34 right now. And that's around the time he died. Some people say that he's probably like a little older than that. Some say he's probably like about 40 when he died. Well, if he was around 33 when he died, I mean, he would have probably been on that cross either last year or this year if he was born in 84. So he would have died on that cross just like he did back then. Only this time, people would actually film his death. People all around the world would have seen it. And when he rose from the grave, again, people would have seen it. So it don't matter what generation Jesus came into, he pretty much would have did things the same way. I'm pretty sure the disciples would have been complaining. There would have been somebody like Thomas saying, "Nah, I don't believe Jesus came back from the grave." You remember Thomas? He was doubting Jesus. Somebody probably would have been like, "Okay, Jesus, I got your back." Anybody messes with you or try to kill you, I'm going down with you no matter what. Jesus would turn around and be like, "You're going to deny me. You're not going to have my back." Of course, Jesus wouldn't say those words. You know how he said it to Peter. So there would have been somebody like Peter. It's even Jesus born in this generation. And of course, when Jesus rose from the grave and he left this earth, we would have been waiting for his return. And we'll say 2,000 years, we'll say New Testament was created. And this, just like it was 2,000 years ago, New Testament was created. Of course, it would have been with different people. God would have spoke to them. And 2,000 years from now, people have been, just like we are now, people have been waiting for Jesus' return. One advantage that Jesus would have been born in this generation, though, people 2,000 years from now, like in the year 4,000, they could actually see videos of Jesus. Assuming video footage lasts that long. I still wonder how long it could last. I believe it could last for a while. You could just keep recording it. So I believe video footage could last from centuries, millenniums. So I just wanted to go over that. What is Jesus born was a millennium generation. Probably would have did even great miracles. He would have came up with all around the world on Facebook, on YouTube asking questions. So it would have been greater. So you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I hope people like this video. I wanted to answer this as best as I could. How Jesus would have lived his life if he was born in this generation. But that being said, have a blessed day. Bye for now.